You can talk. It's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, because it's not going to look good for him.
Probably talk about
Yeah. When
it.
you just ain't going to learn from your first or second incident.
He'd be like, yeah, I get him, I punched him, but you gonna lie, just like you lied about what was going on with Megan. He said
hmm
the only reason he came out because they was already working on the blogs trying to spin the.
Yeah.
So that's why he said he came out and said something.
Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, Barra. I
She's trying to get it
Hey,
together.
Tahila.
Hi, how are you? I looked
Girl,
right in and was
good.
like, oh, it's four. It's four.
Oh,
How
yeah.
are
Hey,
you?
Tahila. Good. It's cool. Come here. Carlos joining us again.
Hey,
Say
Harlow.
hi, guys. You gonna say
Hey,
hi?
Harlow.
Taxi out the freezer. Say hi. Yeah,
I'm
she
drinking my
drank
bottle.
her bottle. She haven't drank a bottle for like a few weeks, but we about to do this live, so
It's like you do what you got to do. You try to figure it out.
yep, yep.
You do what you got to do. Well, welcome. It's been a long weekend, huh? It seems like the weekend to me has been extremely long. It's like, okay, I'm kind of ready for Monday.
Yeah, it's the past 2 weeks for me have seemed to be just long, especially this week getting ready for the wedding and just doing the TikTok accelerator I'm in, like literally on the Zoom with them during work, literally. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've got Zoom, I've got my notepad and everything. So it's been a long week for
I
sure.
feel like sometimes when you're entrepreneur or it's not really the weekend. It's
Yeah.
like you find your weekends. Your weekend can be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or it just varies. But this is the standard weekend, so things are closed. Sometimes you're not able to get things done because it's just standard. It's shut down. But I'm kind
And
of
when
ready
you
for
have a
Monday.
kid, it's like, what's a weekend?
Yeah. Well, when they get bigger, it's a little different.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But until then, it's just like
Definitely.
all your time.
Um. Well, I I got my wine, but I wanted to give a few minutes
Yeah,
for some people to come in because it's like 4:02. I
yeah.
was about to be late. You saw the camera was the other way.
Oh, my camera was the other way too. I was trying to like
Yeah,
type stuff, and I'm like, hold on.
yeah, the camera was the other way, so I was like, okay, what's this about? But we can jump into some stuff. We're going to give it a few more minutes. I was jotting down some stuff because I have some tidbits I just want to go over, add my 2 cents to a couple of things because life is happening. And I'm
Yeah,
like, yeah, I don't even feel like it's authentic if I jump into this bowl, digging the
yeah,
topic, if I don't touch on some other things that have like they're not like real time, right
exactly.
now. So, I'm definitely ready to do all that. And we can get started with we can welcome everybody. Hi
Yeah.
everybody.
Welcome everyone, especially the
Welcome.
newbies who are just joining. Thank you, and welcome to our sipping live.
This is your first time. It's going to be so fun, and feel free to join in. What if you have your wine? Maybe some people have hard liquor. Let us know what you're sipping on.
Yeah,
Put it in the comments. Talk to us. Let us know what you're sipping on. Get your glass and stuff ready.
hola,
Um,
Shaylu.
and let us know too if there's a birthday, any birthdays today too, because we're going to do a birthday shot for anybody's birthday that's in the live today. Um, and once if you put what you're sipping on, we're gonna get ready to jump in. And she said, "Juice, I'm at work." She said, "I'm at work, Juice."
We at
That's
work
good.
too.
Yeah, it's like good, good, good. What you finishing there? Where your glass at?
This is just some water.
Oh, she's like, look how you start. Look how you are. You getting yourself clear? Did you start pre-drinking again last week? You
Yeah,
started
and then I
pre-drinking.
had a 3 hour break.
Okay,
So,
so you're good. You're good
so
to
we're
go
all good.
again.
Stella Rosa La Originate.
Is
Originate.
that is that sweet? Is that sweet or is that well no, Stella Rosa is sweet. It's not dry.
Semi-sweet.
Yeah. That's how
Well,
I like it.
what you sipping on to that tonight, Dara?
Well, I'll kick our sip off so we can get ready. This is, I'll say Rico, but you know somebody else is RICCO. They'll say Riso, but I think it's Rico. It's a
Mm-hmm.
blueberry semi-sweet, a product of Italy, and it's like all natural blueberry flavor. It's like sweet, smooth. They said juicy blueberries are what I'm supposed to taste. So those are the notes. And then it's good by itself, or it can be paired with fruit, barbecue chicken, and coffee cake. And it was
Oh, the
$15.
coffee.
Yeah.
How much?
Huh?
$15?
Yep.
Oh, that's
$15.31. So $15. But and it's 7.5%. I'm learning with these percentages, you can drink a whole bottle. You know, you're thinking when you're sharing that versus drinking. I like a little light buzz where I still, especially for being on here, where I'm just
yeah.
kind of chilling. But you know how it goes. But yeah, we're gonna see how this is. And let me see what you're sipping on, and we can all pour up together.
So tonight I am sipping on this California Traditions Chardonnay, 2 for $5 at Publix. It's one of my little go-tos. You know, I typically have started doing like the 16 and up bottles, but sometimes I love this. Oh, Arkansas Barbie, what are you sipping on? Did I miss it?
Yeah, let us know what you're sipping on. Jump in.
We know what she's sipping on.
Yeah,
Water.
look, Juice, she's right there. What was it, Lenito? She's right there with
Yeah,
her with Juice.
yeah, working. She's pregnant.
Yeah, do like a cranberry 7-Up cocktail or something.
So this Chardonnay is actually 12% alcohol.
Hmm.
And it's got a silky, buttery, charming vanilla and toasty oat and caramel citrus flavor. And it pairs well with like seafoods, grilled chicken, Alfredo, grilled and baked salmon.
Mm.
And it's really good for $5 because I think I chucked it a lot in the past to where now I just like I have to get something else. But I came across this and I actually enjoy it. I don't drink it all the time, but it's one of my go-tos.
I love it.
Oh shoot! Sorry guys. Carla just made me spill my water. All on the electric cord.
No, no, no. Stage
So
21 is joined. What you drinking on? Hi, what are you drinking on? We're all join in and let us know what you're sipping on. If you got your glass ready before we pour up and jump into the conversation.
you hear her fussing after she made the mess? Like I did something wrong.
Oh, she said she's on her way to get her red now. Okay.
Pulled up.
And she's getting red.
Oh,
You
are you
know,
being a
red.
bitter bitch today?
Yeah.
Who's bitter bitching? Because I'm the bitter bitch. You know I like that bitter. Who's bitter
Stage
bitching?
21. Well, you know what's interesting? Red I've had before with steak
Mm-hmm.
and potatoes. It was good, but
Yeah.
I had to have it tastes like dirt without it. But when I had it paired with that, I really enjoyed it. Oh, she's getting her sweet red. I like a sweet red.
Okay.
I like a sweet. There's imperial sweet red, a cardinal red. Yes, so we can get ready to. Once you good to go, we can pour up, you guys, so we can dive in. Where's our glasses, you guys? Pour up.
Woo! Look at that.
Oh, I think I'm probably gonna do my whole bottle today. I'm gonna leave a little out, but have you seen what it looks like if you put the whole bottle in?
No, but I'm mad that you said I think I'm gonna do my whole bottle today when you did your whole bottle last
But
week,
no,
and
but
I
you know
didn't
what?
finish mine.
But you know what? I was pouring a little bit last time and I didn't see. So I think I'm gonna put it all in there so I can get an idea
Yeah, yeah.
of what it looks like with a whole bottle.
Yes.
That's the whole bottle.
Oh, that's nothing.
But it hasn't even like it hit it fully. Wow. Yeah. So you guys go ahead and pour up. Let us know when you guys your glasses ready. You're all poured up.
We are all poured up.
All right. And we're gonna go ahead and raise our glasses and cheers to this great combo that we're about to dive into.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Oh,
You know what? I'm gonna do it. It's kind of sassy today.
I would try to, hold it, but I don't know. I'm afraid I'm gonna drop it.
Listen, that is so good. It tastes like it's not liquor.
Cheers. Yeah, that's
So
good. But that's
good.
Those are what sneaks up on you. That's what sneaks
I
up.
believe this tastes like Jones. You know how Jones soda pop tastes?
Mm-hmm.
It's like flavorful like that. It's so good.
Mm.
I gotta be careful with this one because I'm a baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a picture of that so I can try that too.
Oh, so good. And you know what? It's got like you know how lemonade has that? Yes, great pick, J. Lou. Great pick. It's so good. It has that you know how lemonade has that like sour tangy taste?
Yeah.
It's like blueberries, but it's tangy.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. For those of you that are on the team semi-sweet.
Rico.
Yeah. And you can always DM us. We're gonna put the links below. We're being real careful with it because we want to get our bucks for branding. We don't want to just be giving it up, but if you DM us, or I don't know, Elle, if you want to put those things down there, but it's really good. I mean, if people are looking for 12 and 13%, that's not it. But I'll let you know how I'm feeling through the live if it starts to kick in.
Yes, yes. So do you have your you guys, if you're new here, we have our red bowls are saucy and our black bowls are our
mild. Yeah, spicy and mild. And we dip in, I don't know how Elle started today, but we dip in the spicy. If we want to keep it spicy, we dip in the spicy, grab a spicy topic, or we can keep it, mild, not too crazy. Elle had a spicy one last week. It got real spicy. So you're going to kick us off today, Elle?
Yes. So there's some spice I want to get into, but maybe I'll do my medium, pick a medium first, and then get into
So
my.
are you going to go into your bowl, or there's something you just wanted to? Because I'm just telling you that before I jump in today, I'm not even going to the bowl right away.
Okay, then I'll give my spice outside the bowl.
Yeah, I'm going to give a spice bowl. And I got some other stuff I'd like to add. My 2 cents. So the United says spicy. So yeah, let's go. Is this? I mean, if it's a spicy thing you want to touch on, because this is real time, and then jumping in to your spicy bowl, however you want to do it, I'm here for it. We are here for it, you guys.
Sorry, guys, but y'all know this is what Harlow did last week. So, okay. Does it really take a lot for people to be kind? For people, just the common courtesy, common decency, you know what I'm saying? So yesterday was my girlfriend's wedding and it was beautiful. I was a bridesmaid. Harlow was a flower girl and it was a beautiful ceremony. After the ceremony, we went out and took pictures, like the bridal party and stuff like that. And I was coming back and I was walking with the bride's daughters, and this woman walked out. She's our co-worker's wife. And I'm right behind the girls. We're all walking together because we were talking. And she's like, hi. And they were like, hi. And I never met her face to face, but I met her on FaceTime because her husband, me, and the bride, we all been eating lunch together since I started at that job 3 years ago. So we never like met face to face. So I was like, "Oh, hi, Tanika. It's Elle. I work with Pat and Nicole." And she literally was like, You know what I'm saying? Like, hella disrespectful, just brushed me off, right? Q was right there with Harlow too. He saw that shit, did not like that shit at all. And I was like, just thinking to myself, oh wow, like, okay. And it's not the first time someone has like done that to me. And I'm pretty sure I talked to you about another person when I first moved out here that did that to me. But it's like common courtesy, common decency, and you're at a wedding. You should be cordial to anyone who speaks to you or is around. Like, bitch, I don't need you to I'm not saying hello to be like, oh my gosh, hey girl, hey. I'm just common courtesy. I know who you are. I'm right there with the girl. So I'm just like, oh, hey, Elle. And like, bitch, don't act like we weren't just texting back and forth when you was invited to my friend's bridal shower. Because she asked me to invite you. So don't even act like we weren't just texting a few weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that made me upset. And it's because I see this happening a lot though. Not just with me, but with other people. It's just like common courtesy, common decency. Like, you guys just have no respect, no manners, nothing. You know what I'm saying? And to top it off, you just literally, we were all right there together and you were, oh, hi girls, oh, hi girls. It's like, see, I'm trying not to curse on Instagram to be taking us off, but that shit bothers me. And that's the kind of stuff that makes me like want to be like, first of all, you're not cute. Second of all, your life is in shambles. Your marriage is fucked up if we want to like get real with it. You know what I'm saying? And so it goes back to being grateful and intentional. It's just the way you put what you put out there is what the universe gives you back. And that shit just kind of like rubbed me the wrong way yesterday into today too, because first of all, you're like 45 years old. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a respect thing and common courtesy. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to be like that to other people at the wedding too? And according to Q, she was snazzy with other people. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, are you an adult or what? And it's just like, I can totally walk around with a chip on my shoulder, walk around like I'm better than everybody, but I don't, you know? And so I wonder, like, I already know my energy is too much for people, you know? Like, I'm always happy, always positive. I try not to let, you know, the things that's going on in my life present itself out to the world among others, because I don't ever want people to feel any kind of way if I've got stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it just really kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Cause like, who are you? Like, in the words of Arkansas Barbie, these hoes could never, like, you're fucking miserable, okay? You could never, like, get your shit together. And that's my semi-rant, because it just bothered me, because I see this happening a lot, though. Even with people I work in at my job, even in my apartment building, like, the way people walk, like, damn, if someone speaks to you, fucking speak back. You know?
Well, were you, I don't want to cut you off. Were you good?
No, you're good. I need to have real quick.
I feel like it's supposed to be that way. And I'm going to take this from a different perspective and approach. When you decide to move in love, to move in gratitude, to align yourself with peace and positivity, to move in faith and speak abundance and no lack. And when you are saying, I have these things, even though people physically can see, like, you, how are you smiling and you don't have this, or you don't have what the world's definition of success is, that attack has to happen. Mm-hmm. That's going to happen to you. You have to almost be expecting for it to happen, because you are shining and full of light and moving in a way that people could never. So I won't say these hoes could never. It's they can't ever. They can't grasp the concept or wrap their mind around why are you so freaking happy? Why are you wanting to say hi? That is a reflection for them. They're miserable.
Mm-hmm.
Those things that people give off, that's what they feel. And it's a scripture that says it's not what goes in a man's mouth that defiles him, but it's what comes out of it. Because what comes out of your mouth is in your heart. And so when people are nasty or they're frustrated and upset, you got to kind of look at it like, I'm over here chilling. I'm happy. I'm happy with my current circumstance because I know this is not where I'm going to be. This is not the end. I'm happy for what I'm walking in right now and what's to come and so on and so forth. They can't grasp that concept. They can't walk in that type of limited. It's like they have limited understanding. So of course it's like, it's not even personal. It's like, I look at that spiritually. It's like, yuck, you're over there smiling. What the fuck are you happy about? Here you come. And it's like, I always, for me, was the yay. I'm always yay about every little freaking thing because I'm like, I'm going to celebrate every little thing because I'm grateful. But you have to check yourself in a sense. You shoulder more weight in that. And I'm saying that because with great power, like Spider-Man, comes great responsibility. You understand who you are and what type of purpose you're moving in. So you can't, those people are not on that level. And it doesn't make them less than, but you've assumed a position of what people can't see. So you operating on a different system. So you have to expect people to be, what? Yuck. Why are you so happy? Why are you speaking? What are you speaking for? I don't even like you. And those things, when it happens, you got to let that roll off like water. And it frustrates you. The fact that it carried on to your next day, that's what they set out to do. The goal is, I need for you to be as miserable as me. I need to make you feel the way I feel because I don't feel good. I don't want to smile. I don't want to speak. Whatever's going on in their life, they're exemplifying that through their energy, through their actions. So when someone, Maya Angelou says, shows you who they are, believe them, but I add on, make the necessary adjustments and move forward with some intent and purpose. Hi, keep it pushing. I don't even have to look at you anymore the rest of the night. I don't have to have a conversation with you. And you won't be hitting my line again either. Because those same people, later on, they'll think, I really like her. I'm going to call her and apologize. It's cool. We good. But what we do is you're operating at a level of expecting her to be on the level you're on. And that's where you got. See, you know to be cordial. You know to come in and move in gratitude. You know to be loving. You know to come in and it's like, hi, hello. It's just a matter of, you know what I'm saying, common courtesy, decency. We're here at an event, a celebration. Why would I have a sour face? Why would like not speaking to people? But you are the accountable one in that equation. You're the one that has to shoulder the weight. When someone shows you something like that, you got to be like, ooh, and in that be like, I'm thanking God that that's not me, that I don't feel icky like that I don't feel disgusted like that I'm not over there just mad at somebody for no reason at all. None. Just imagine what type of energy she gives people that she interacts with, in customer service positions.
She worked at the DMV, so you already know she got an attitude and chip.
Okay, and that's power. She, God forbid, she's got to deal with somebody and they need some things done, and she's like, I'm going to exercise my position of power today. So those type of people, I used to be like, I'm going to pray for you, but I'm learning. I pray for opportunities of reflection to come into play. I pray for them to see themselves. To see and get sick of themselves. Because praying for somebody to, I hope you get better, it's still free will. They don't have to get better. They can still choose to operate low level, nasty, miserable. But I feel like when I'm like, oh, I'm going to pray for you for reflection, for you to see that same nasty energy that you give out, for it to come right back in your face and you be so disgusted by it. And then you realize, that's me. And then be sick of yourself and do better. Yeah. Just do better. So I hate that happened, but I've been a recipient of that. I've been in places where it's like, I don't know why the energy's so foul. Like, I feel like they don't even like me. You don't even know me. Like, I don't even know you. I haven't even had an opportunity to to build anything or for you to make, an assessment and then give me back this kind of negative energy that you're giving me.
Exactly.
So it comes with the territory. When you choose to move in purpose, to operate in love, alignment, gratefulness, when you choose to come and be a light to others, this is a part of the job. It's a part of it. And that's why it's so important. I will segue in there if I may about that self-encircle check. This is something I'm doing later on, and it's like it's a public service announcement. It is so important for us to check on each other and have strong support systems, so that you can come in a place and say, this is what happened, this is how I'm feeling, and you can be heard. And then we can come together and work some things out for you to come out of that space, Exactly. I find that people check everything except people. They check the engine light come on in their car. They're going to check the oil, the tires, because the car won't run. If you don't charge your phone, you're going to go and, you're going to look in the light. You're going to check to make sure your battery's full so you can talk on it. You're going to check everything else except each other. And so I think it's super important for you to check those that you say you love, your friends, your tribe, your community. You should always, every now and again, do a pause. We are the only thing that doesn't have to be plugged into something to recharge. And a lot of us are walking around operating on E, and nobody knows it because we're smiling and moving, but we like right there. We don't even have enough gas. At some point, we're going to lose it and just conk out. And so when you're in people's lives and you call yourself friend or sister or brother or that, that's my best friend, that's my BFF, you make sure you check on each other. You check on each other and don't just be the dumper, calling, dumping everything. Hey, girl, how you doing? And you say, I'm good. And they say, how are you? And they go, blah, 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 blah.
Oh.
And then they get off the phone after they've dumped all their stuff. You make sure it's like a seesaw. It's equally weighted. You go and then I go. And then let's come in the middle and figure out how we going to repair each other and have some resolve and hopefully be feeling better after we've done this self check. And I say self and circle check because circle is those that you're interacting with regularly. They're people that you might see through work, and then there are people that you checking in with every day, whether it's a husband, a spouse, a best friend, family, you live with roommates. These are people that you have these relationships with. So you need to be checking in because that determines how your energy is as well. And I think the worst thing you can do is not let somebody know you burning out. I say raise your hand like, yo, I have nothing left to give. It's funky over here right now. I'm exhausted. I can't even give enough to myself right now. So let me let you know where I'm at. I need some help. I need some help, whether you just I'm on a complete timeout and you just gonna come in and help me out right now until I can find the words to tell you where I'm at. But what I can tell you right now is it's real funky for me right now. I don't have nothing to give. I don't want to talk. I'm just in a real jacked up place. And at that point, as a person in that circle, it's like, what can I take off your plate? How can I help you? If it's you and I, it's like, well, can I help with Harlow? Can I help with getting some things? What can I do to assist you with being able to kind of get in a place to deal with that, and not having 1,000 other things that may not be done correctly or to the best or 100% the way you would do it because you operating on E, So those are things I think it's very important. And we'll talk about that probably at a later time because that topic, it just spins and spins. People fall out in relationship because somebody didn't do the self and circle check. Somebody was operating on E and they just, they just exploded. They couldn't take it. And then it's like, I don't know what happened. And it's like, it was happening the whole time. They didn't use their words, which we need to, but sometimes it gets so bad we can't even, communicate it. We can't even tell somebody what kind of space we're in. When you love somebody, you're in a relationship, you got to be watching. So it's like, this is not like Elle. Elle was funky today. Like I said, good morning or sent my traditional text and she didn't even say anything. That's not like her. You don't take that as, well, forget her. She didn't say anything. I guess she got an attitude. Why am I making this personal? Why am I not coming from a position of, no, I know her and we rock with each other. Let me check in on her. What's up? How are you doing? What's going on? How are you feeling? And at that point, it's like, I'm not in a good place right now. I don't even know how I'm operating right now. And then at that point, it's like, okay, so my shit is so small
Mm-hmm.
because it's not personal. How can I assist you in getting back to 100?
Yeah.
And you know, so I hate that that happened to you, but it's a part of it. It comes with the territory
Yeah.
when you choose to move the way that you chosen to move.
It
And now,
makes for a great topic.
yeah, and now that you know this, you just be specific at who you lend your energy, your time, your
Yeah.
support, your efforts with, because that's a whole nother topic in itself. But
Yeah.
you mentioned throughout, you know, you talking that you've been, you know, you've had lunch. If I, you know, have made understand, or you were like, you talked in group chats and stuff. Now that she's shown you who she is, she
Mm-hmm.
gets none of that light anymore. And it's
Yeah.
not you being nasty, because even in you being nasty, you stoop to her level. And it
Yeah.
sucks because it's like, why do I have to be so mature? Why do I have to not, you know? But
Because you
any
know I be
woman,
wanting to be with the shit sometimes,
but
boy.
you know
I be
what?
wanting to be with the
But
shit.
you know what? Then people can't tell the difference with you with the shits, because now you over there with her. You know what I'm saying? Now you're not operating in a position of gratitude and love. It sucks, but it comes with the territory.
When I
You know?
tell you, mindfully savage.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, you know, and it's not, it's easier said than done. You know,
Yeah,
it really is. Because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
exactly.
Everybody would. Where I can segue, this other thing I wanted to touch on was I saw randomly in my feed that Jack in the Box worker just pulled out a gun and started shooting at a customer over some curly fries, right? And this segues in because you just said, you know, savage and all, whatever was going on there. Literally, I mean, the guy went into the drive-through. He said they ordered some food. It was his pregnant wife and his daughter. They got the food. They didn't have the curly fries. There was no cars behind them. They weren't holding up the line. They said, you know, exactly. Yep, Jay-Z did say it. You can't, when you argue with fools, you can't tell from a distance who is who. And I will take his advice. Look where he is. She not there. I'm trying to get there. So I'll take the advice. But he pulled up and he realized, he said when he got the order that there were no curly fries in there. And he said, he asked her, he said, we ordered them. And she said, no, you didn't. And he's like, okay, you know what, pregnant wife, you know what, don't even worry about it. We'll even pay. Can we just get them? And somehow it escalated. She started throwing ice, ketchup packets, cups into the customer's car. And then it got so heated, she pulled out a gun and started shooting at him. And he
Wait,
sped
so
off.
there's a gun in the restaurant?
Hey, time out. That's what I was. I was like, why is the
Why you
worker, the
trapped in the
employee,
restaurant?
strapped at what you got going on in your life? You know? And of course, it was like, Jack in the Box needs to do, you know, stricter background checks. No, I'm not about to put that on Jack in the Box. I'm, I'm exactly.
A
Don't have to.
background check does not let you know who cray cray, who not, who pulling out a gun, who's not, who's about to go ballistic, who's not. A background check is not going to
But
determine that.
But that goes back to that operating on E. It was jacked up regardless.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that lady was dealing with. And then, you know, I know this sounds messed up because we all are working, but you got to start assessing the situation. This is how I do it. When somebody's nasty to me and I'm being served, I just think about it. Now, you guys, I'm not speaking negatively on anybody in the service industry, because I'm a person that seeks to serve. I'm saying that when someone brings you your food or the Jack in the Box, they're giving you your curly fries and they upset, you got to reverse it. It's they shouldn't do it, because it's like, that's why they employed you to work here. You should be pleasant. But they're working at Jack in the Box. You get what I'm saying? And, I'm not saying that in a bad way, but the benefits in pay are not that great, I'm sure. They're doing what they got to do. Doesn't make it right that she shot at them, because I wouldn't want to be the recipient of that. But that's how I make sense of it. That's how I'm like, I'm going to avoid this altogether. Fuck these fries. That's how I'm going to feel about it.
I'm going to just go across the street to Carl's Jr., Bojangles or something. I ain't going to get the fries here. Let me just
in my mind, it's like,
fast food restaurant.
You're really getting heated over some curly fries. In my mind, it's like, fuck these fries. Let me keep it pushing, because this could get real ugly. Exactly. And I don't want to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? And this person is who they are. They work here. Let me dip, and I'm gonna make a note. I won't be coming to this spot anymore. I'm gonna exercise the power of my dollar. You, Jack in the Box, won't have my money based on who you employed. And even if you didn't know, you gonna see me exercise the power of my dollar. I'm the person, which sucks. A lot of people won't do it. I love a Yelp, a Google review. I will go at the bottom of the receipt where that number says, call us and let us know how we're doing. I'm that person.
Oh,
I'll call
me
you and
too.
let you
I
know
exercise
exactly.
my voice.
I will let you know. I'll be looking at the top and it's like, oh, Sharon was my server. Let me boop, 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 boop. Date time. But I find with us sometimes we do a lot of this
Mm-hmm.
and not a lot of action.
Exactly.
And I've seen that for years. We get all up in it. They shouldn't have, and they treat us like that. And you'll go right back to the same store. It's like, you do understand you can exercise the power of your dollar. You don't have to spend with those people. You don't like the way they treat you. Why are you still patronizing them? That doesn't show them anything. They feel like it's okay. So, those are kind of tied in circle check and that Jack in the Box. Hell, I was laughing. This is not funny, but I was like, damn, if the DoorDash start busting, they right at your house.
For real, because can they see if you give them a tip
Listen,
before you get your food?
if you walk up to my house and it's a problem and you pull out a gun, it's over because you're on someone's property. So if that's what's happening at drive-thrus, I'm like, yo, you guys, be careful. They busted at the Jack in the Box. You know what I'm saying? Like, DoorDash come, it's a discrepancy. They come and spray your whole house up. It's like, I didn't know it was getting down like that. I don't want no problem over the curly fries, the drink, none of it.
And they DoorDashers know where you live.
J-Lou Music
They
said
gonna
I'm
be
at
like,
the
I'm gonna
door.
write that address down. Screenshot. He said, I'm at the door.
No, J-Lou Music said I'm at your door, fam. Like, but
I
you
keep
need
the
to
food,
really,
keep the food.
but really think about it, and not from a position of you're looking down on someone, but just for your peace of mind. Like, yo, you have to drive through a Jack in the Box. I'm gonna let you make it, because thank God I don't have to be there. And again, you guys, I preface this. I'm not speaking down on it. I'm talking about how to keep your sanity and your peace, so you don't get drawn into that crap, and y'all both wild westing up in the line
It's a
at Jack in
drive-through.
the Box. It's a straight shootout. You know what I'm saying? Over some curly fries. Like, somebody got to be the bigger person or just smarter. Use their head in the situation where it's like I said, basic, fuck them curly fries. I'm out. You can
And that's
keep
not
it.
even that tops the cake. But I've seen on Instagram a lot of confrontations and fighting at these fast food restaurants. And it's like, you're already not getting paid. Is it worth it? And then the customers, it's like, it's $1 fry. Like,
But you know what? It's a build-up, though, Elle. It's a build-up, and that goes right back to at the wedding what you
checking
were
on your
talking
meal.
about. But it's a build-up, and you gotta really be sensitive to, like, pick and choose your battles.
Yeah.
You're a patron at McDonald's, Starbucks, Jack in the Box. I get it, but it's like, I know me. It can get real funky up in here. Shh, they can catch these hands for real. You know?
Yeah. He said, I was just at Jack in the Box. It was overly respectful.
Because you know what to smoke.
But you know what?
You know what to
But you know what? That woman who pulled the gun out, I guarantee you, I bet you, she mentioned something to a friend and was like, man, I'm tired of this job. Oh man, she probably casually mentioned, shoot, I'm just gonna take my gun with me. You know what I'm saying? You know how you have friends who will be saying like things and you just be like, girl, you crazy, but shoot, I feel you. I feel like, just like as
you just co-starring the shooting.
pulling this and you be like, oh dang, you was telling the truth. That's my homegirl. She was just telling me. She was just saying that she don't pull her gun out the drive-through.
But you know what? It's that self-and-circle check because you co-signed it. She said, I'm going to take my gun. You was like,
But wait,
yo, wait.
But is that even safe, putting guns all in the hot kitchen and the grease
But she must have had
From
it.
the oven? Is the gun in
She
the oven?
she had it holstered in her waist. She had it holstered in her waist. It's like what you said. She was with the shits. She was ready for curly fry war. She was ready for curly fry war. She's like, I'm going to war over who anybody can get it. 2 tacos for $1, you could get it. Like, but that's that being on E. She was just ready, like over the curly fries. And
She
so,
was ready.
but
She
I
could have
but
did it
again,
over a packet of ketchup because you know they be charging 35-50 cents for ketchup.
listen, all I'm saying, you guys, is safety first. It's not worth it. Walk away for the curly fries, for the coffee
You
at the
don't have to have
Starbucks.
a response to everything. Just
Just
have
leave.
a great
Walk
day.
away
Thank
from
you
it.
so much for your help. Have a great day.
Yeah, and sometimes you just gotta walk. You gotta walk. It's like, I'm gonna leave all this right here, and I'm about to just exit stage left because I know. Here's the thing. You know you. You know you. You know you're trying to keep it together. So you protecting your peace, your sanity, and you don't want no jail time. So it's just like, walk away. Walk away.
Arkansas Barbie said if that had happened at a Chick-fil-A, they would have added my pleasure with some shots fired. If that's happening at a Chick-fil-A, then we got an issue. We got an issue.
Listen, I think it can happen, and you guys got me all red in my face. I think it can happen anywhere, and all I'm saying, you guys, is check on each other, you know, and also do a self-check. Like, do I feel like busting on somebody today? Maybe I want to call in sick, because somebody could get shot. Because she probably knew she was feeling like that when she went to
I've been
work.
in the bargain-in restaurants and stuff, and I felt off. I was like, okay, bye-bye, and I left, because I was like, this person right here, something don't seem right now.
But what I'm saying is, the self-check part, she knew when she put that gun in her bag, pant, waist, she knew she already was on E. Mm-hmm. And she went to work. And I know she probably had to, but when it happens like that, it's like, oh shit, like I could really kill somebody today over some curly fries. Maybe I need to, circle out. Maybe I need to, and I understand people like, I can't call and sick because I need the money, but you don't need the charge though. So you ain't going to be able to enjoy the check because you're catching the damn charge from shooting at somebody in a drive-through. Yep. So you could have just called off.
And if you have kids too, like you got to assess the situation and just say, if they fire me, then let me go work for Amazon or somewhere that I can get a quick job.
How about this? How about this? The charge she's catching now is beyond firing. Yep. It's beyond the paycheck.
Because you ain't even be able to get another job. And you're going to do jail time. Right.
So I don't think the call out would have been too bad.
Me neither. How much money would that have been? $24 or something?
Hey, and if they fired you, you still were employable at someplace else. You still could have been employed someplace else.
But now you can't. And you might be facing attempted murder charge.
Listen.
You might be facing premeditated murder because you brought the gun to work.
Listen, check on yourself and each other, and I'm glad that you didn't bust on a woman at the wedding. You might have had a gun in Harlow's diaper bag, and she could have got that hot lead. You know what I'm saying? And she wouldn't even have known what was going on. So I'm glad that I'm glad that you were chill, and I'm glad that, you know what I'm saying, you were able to talk about it today, and then I'd leave that right here today. I'd leave it. And then she would not be... Huh?
Yeah, I said it's gone now, but I just felt the need to talk about it with my peoples because I just feel like it doesn't take much to be kind. You know what I'm saying? So I was glad I was able to get it off my chest because that's the purpose of our sipping lives. It's just like we took our phone conversations to y'all because I know we all go through this stuff so we can relate. So I was just glad that I could just get it off my chest. It is what it is, not stunting nobody because I know who I am. I'm happy in my life. Shit's not always great, but I still, like we say, operate in gratitude with intent and purpose. And then we just keep moving. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And I'm glad that you were able to make it through the wedding and not be nasty. And also the the silver lining in this is you know what type of person you're dealing with now, so you won't be entertaining any text messages because those people will come back around again. They'll
Yeah,
come back
and I'm
around.
glad she didn't even come to my friend's bridal shower, because you already know how I feel about people and their energy around me and my baby.
But I'm saying she will try it again, not in a bad way. That
Yeah.
same person will hit you and be like, "Hey, girl," right back in the text or the chat, and it just will be like she doesn't exist.
Nope.
You just don't exist. It's without explanation. You're
Like that,
gone.
boo. I don't
Do
know you
the
like that.
do the Thanos snap on her. Just she gone. That's it. She's gone. That's
Yep.
all.
Yep.
One other thing that before we go to our bowls, I saw Woman King. Oh,
was that?
my!
I didn't hear great.
Wow! When I tell you, first of all, and I saw something on Twitter today. I don't usually even go there, but I saw it and they were like, hashtag boycott Woman King because they're highlighting slavery. Let me tell you, I don't do slave movies.
Yeah.
I saw The Color Purple when I was younger, and then I saw Amistad, and I was done with it. I haven't seen The Butler. I haven't seen any of the newer slave movies, if I know it's a little hint of it, I don't want to see it. You know, and I understand it's like these are stories that need to be told. And I'm like, I get it, but the way it makes you feel, and if you're not in a good place, it can get real funky with other people, you know, and so you gotta be in a certain place to watch that type of stuff, and you can walk out and still be like, I'm not there. I'm not there. But when I tell you Woman King was beautiful, inspirational, it educated, it was a beautiful story. And it does touch on some slave trading that was happening, but the beauty in it was just the dynamics of how they touched on how we have our hands in things and we can we can control our destiny. And, if we don't partake in certain things, we're not giving too much stuff away. But when I tell you that everybody in that cast was cold, there were people I'd never seen. They were just with it. I love that movie. And I'm a very hard movie critic. Like, I'm hard. Like, this person's getting on my nerves. I don't like this. Why did that tie in? Everything flawless. Everybody. Like, I was there. I was not in the theater. I was in the story. Like, emotionally. Tears, laughing, like really feeling moments. And it was so much relationship. I think that movie, they always want to put The Color Purple was on the curriculum in some history classes. I still don't understand how that was happening. Woman King should definitely be something that's watched because it had moments in it where it was, celebration happening and there was hurt happening and healing. It was just a lot of good stuff. And again, I don't do the slave movies. I don't like it. This was not that. So for people that take Twitter and Instagram as the news, go do your own research.
Exactly.
If you go in on an early show, it might cost you $5 or $8. Go see it and draw your own conclusion. But Woman King was top-notch, class act. Loved it. Loved everything about it. And I really just walked away with a different perspective and a respect for those actors because they really told that story. Like, I was just like, whoa, like, it was just so good. And I don't get to see really good movies. And you can name a movie, right? I mean, I watch so many movies because it's like mini vacations, like escapes. I'm dialed in. This movie it was just beautiful. And I would recommend anybody to go see it and have a conversation about it afterwards. At least do your research. Don't let somebody tell you about something that you haven't watched yourself. Go see it. And if you don't want to take the time and you just want to jump on the bandwagon, then shame on you. Because that's crazy. I can't stand somebody, putting their opinions or 2 cents in on something.
They only read the caption.
And I'll be like, when Viola jumped in the water and swam from the sharks, did you like that part? They're like, huh? I'm like, yeah, you didn't even see the shit. Why are you even on this conversation, So if you haven't seen it, I would implore you to go see it, and even if it's like, I wasn't really going to see it, then don't say nothing about it.
Exactly.
Don't speak on something, because put it this way, you wouldn't want somebody speaking on any situation in your life, any creative project you're a part of, any passion, purpose thing you got going on. That's like somebody partaking in something that you're a part of or talking about it, but they never did it. You know,
Exactly.
talking about Arkansas Barbie, I don't like her stuff. It's like, but did you taste it though? You know, and I'm just, hypothetically, just an example.
Yeah.
If she made muffins or something, I'm over here spewing Arkansas Barbie's muffins. Don't taste. And it's like, did you have any of them? No, but
Mhm.
people said, shut up.
And
Shut up.
people
You're
have
not going to
but
spend the money and then give your opinion. You know? And
that's
opinions
why
are like,
what I hate with social media is people literally just read the caption and then they make this whole story about the caption. But captions are meant to grab you to actually read the story. And the story more than likely rarely has anything fully to do with the caption. You know what I'm saying? And that bothers me because I'll go read the story and then I'm like, yeah. And so ask questions and they ain't got nothing to say because I was like, you just read the caption, huh?
but that's that lazy mentality and that's that bandwagon mentality. I'm just going to believe what you told me because I don't want to go do the research, the legwork. I'm just going to jump on board. And those are dangerous people. So when somebody's talking to me about anything, I always ask, what was your experience? So you had this or, that was your experience. And if they reference anything about Instagram, Twitter, or somebody told me, that's when they'd be like, wah, 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 wah. I no longer hear anything you're saying because it's irrelevant. You didn't even do your own research. You didn't even care enough to have your own opinion. You over here speaking somebody else's, and it's based on what? You don't even know, So,
Exactly.
yeah, I'm with Arkansas Barbie. I stopped doing slavery movies a long time ago, but this movie, if you are hearing it's about slavery or it highlights it, I'm not down with the slave stuff. I'm not.
I get over it too. I walk outside eyeing shit.
No, but this does have something in there, but you gotta see it though. I was very pleased.
I gotta get someone to watch Harlow so I could
it's so good.
And I love Viola Davis. I think she's just an amazing actress. And I just love that she gets all these roles and she plays the hell out of every single role she plays. And I enjoy watching her. And I just think she's a great representation of a Black woman, and a Black woman in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying?
She and her husband fought to have this story told.
Really?
Her and her husband. Because
they're good partners.
So it's a Black director that did the movie, and Viola Davis and her husband are the ones that were pushing to get this story out there. So they picked out I think her name is Gina Blythewood. She did like The Old Guard, Love and Basketball.
Oh yeah.
I can't think of some other ones. If Josiah's in here, he may know the other ones.
But you gotta appreciate someone like that. When you have power, that's your duty. That's your job. It's to pull as you're going. You don't have to wait till you've gotten so far. Like as you're going, pull people up. You know what I'm saying? Because that just puts her in better positions to get more of her stories told, more of her work done. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we have to do that more with each other. I'm on my way up. I might not be where I want to be, and I might not have all my resources, but I got some. So hey, I'm gonna pull you up, and you pull the next person, and we just gonna, as we go, if you may surpass me, then that's fine. But let's keep pulling each other up so there can be more of us, more representation in every industry, in every arena, so other people, whether they're our age or kids, can see more representation.
That's what the other guy in there is, John Boyega, the Black. He's cold. He's cold.
He played in the Star Wars, and there was issue with that. Just like issue with the new Black Ariel. Like,
I have to send.
Get out of my timeline.
I have to send you some interviews that I watched of him. He cold. Like, he's not playing. He's like, that's what I do, but you're not about to come for Black people like that, and I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna use my voice, and I love it. And it's a
Yep.
different generation, you know. He was like, yeah, we not with that. He's
Yeah.
30. He said he's 30, but definitely, if you haven't, you guys, that's my little things that aren't from the bowl. Woman
Yeah.
king, don't pull the strap and check on each other. You know, check
Yeah.
in on each other and check on yourself. You know, you know when it's like somebody can get that work today.
You
Circle
see in
out.
my timeline, I said no more obligations for the rest of the year, but to me and Harlow.
And that's
I
good.
don't,
And people,
so don't ask. I don't ask for nothing because I am on E and I'm tapped out and I have nothing else to give but to myself, to my young one, and to the things that I've got going on in life. I'm always be there as a friend to people, but I
but
think I
when
give too much to people and now I just need some time for myself. You know what I'm saying?
well when you actually put that out there, you're gonna really get to see. And that was interesting because the interview I watched, John Boyega was saying, and him standing and taking a stand during the Black Lives Matter, you know, like, I gotta say something. He said something that was so, like, I loved it. He said that and I totally got it. He said, how can we, as celebrities, if they call us that or whatever, say, oh, I'm sorry that happened, but in a couple of months, we need for you to come and support us on the screen. Spend your money, you know, and support me as an actor. And he said he's a black man first, you know, and
Yeah.
he's got black family and friends and, you know, and other people in his life. And it's like, this is real. So what you putting that up, what you're going to find, and what he said was that him being authentically, unapologetically who he is, it got rid of a lot of people. He got to see who was who, and then it also brought the opportunity that he desired, and the people he wanted to work with. Viola Davis being one of them. She came out right when he did that whole thing during that shutdown and stuff, and was like, "I'm with you. You're not alone." And I'm saying that to say, when you put that up on on the story on your Instagram, and it's like, no more, just watch, don't respond, but just watch and see how people respond through their actions and words, because that's something big that you said. So look, people are watching and it's like, oh, but it's like, no check-in,
Yeah.
oh, you still gonna ask me to do something? Oh, okay. Really assess what people show you.
Mm-hmm.
Really believe it. Assess it, like, take it in fully, and then put it where it needs to go. Like, you can't be in my inner circle. I can't rock with you like that.
And I
Because you
never put
respect.
stuff up for, like, when I put stuff up, it may just be what I'm feeling and what I just feel I need to get off my chest. It's never to get a response, but I know the people who are in my close circle, like you, going to be like, you good, El? You good? But it's just like, I give so much and I'm just like, you just be tapped out. And
But
you
it's
just,
okay to be.
you
If
just have to
if
take
phones
time
tap,
for
but
yourself,
if phones tap out and cars tap out and
Humans
ovens give
do
out,
too.
refrigerators give out, we do too.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody that can't understand that, you don't need to be in my immediate circle.
Nope.
It's nothing wrong with it. We just not a good fit.
Yep.
And that's what I'm learning with people too. People be trying to make stuff work. You need to recognize when you just
fit in.
Yeah, you just gotta recognize, like, oh, we're not a good fit for friendship. We're not a good fit for husband or boyfriend, girlfriend. We're just not a good fit. This job is not a good fit for me. This car is not a good fit for me. It's not in my budget. These apples, a little bit expensive. That's not my budget. It's not a good fit. You're constantly figuring out what's a good fit for you.
Yeah.
And that's the people. The people you surround yourself with will determine the trajectory of where you go in the next 5 to 6 years. I don't think people put enough emphasis, importance, and understanding of how serious it is. Who you surround yourself with, who you allowing to speak into your ear, into your life, is going to determine where you are in the next 5 to 6 years. You really need to start assessing, like, damn, I'm looking at her, but we in the same boat. I remember when I first met him or her, I was doing a little better. But because of that connection, you either become those 5 people or you leave them alone.
Yep.
You cannot think that you're gonna be around 5 people doing nothing, ain't about nothing, and you won't eventually be the 6th person.
Yep.
It can happen. And if you identify that, you need to make some adjustments and some changes. That doesn't make any sense that I will continue to entertain people that I know are like, yo, this is wild, you know? I'm gonna entertain that and expect to be doing better.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, so that's those are our tidbits, not even into the bowl, but you know, you could jump into your bowl now, Elle, because we started with you and then I jumped over here. What are we talking about today? You doing something spicy or mild or what?
I'm just going to do a mild. Harlow, she done pushed something and the printer paper's coming out the printer. One day I'll do a Sipping Live and Harlow will not be here. We'll be just us, okay?
Hey, you doing it. That's all that matters. It's getting done.
Yep. So this one I picked says, manifesting the life you want, intentional living and living in gratitude. Oh, then I wrote some. I be writing little notes on my papers.
Uh-huh.
I be writing like little notes and stuff. I be having all these long little.
Well, that's good. That stuff highlights for you to make sure you emphasize or touch on those points. So bring us into it. Let's talk about it.
Harlow, can I put you down? Can mommy finish, please? Okay. Can you get down? So, you know, I'm definitely all about intentional living and living in gratitude. Hold on. This girl. You know, my whole thing is about intentional living in gratitude. You preach living with intent and purpose. And I think that if more people actually pause to become more self-aware of their values and what they want in life, they can actually get what they desire and what they want in life if they actually just stopped, assessed, and kind of like set intentions for, you know, getting what they want. I'm a huge person who, like, people know I preach about manifesting and stuff, and in order to manifest, you need to still put in the work. So what are your thoughts on intentional living? I know you're intentional and I know I'm intentional. How do you set up your day or your life to be intentional and to live with intent and purpose?
I think, well, one of the things you said, I think that people are kind of, you know, I don't want to keep saying shooting because that takes us back to Jack in the Box, but I think that people don't have a target in mind. They're just kind of going through the motion of things and they're putting the purpose on the back burner. Usually what you're passionate about, you'll do for free.
Yeah.
You just do it. You know, you'll do it whenever you can find the time outside of what your 9 to 5 is and your obligations are, be it, you know, mother, a full girlfriend, a wife, assisting in family things. You will find time for that. So I think that first of all, identifying what it is that is purposeful, what it is that you feel like, hey, I'm committed to doing this no matter what. And then in that, you start to kind of set the blueprint or, you know, write out the things that can get you positioned to walk in that. Well, what you have right now. I think that sometimes people are always saying, when I get there, or when I get this, I can do that. But what are you doing?
Being grateful for right now.
Or what are you doing with what you have right now? Like, what can I make use of with what I have right now that will position or align me for what I'm saying that I want? You know, for example, if it's even with us, we could say, we're going to do a Sipping Live, but we're going to do it when we know we have a lot of people that are going to for sure come on and like watch us. And, you know, when we have studio lights and, we have, like, when we can be together because you're someplace else and we'll have a set and we're going to have set design and we'll have somebody that's like kind of, producing. You can make this whole big production, but it's like, no, we have Instagram, we have phones. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm in the kitchen. You're in the house. You got Harlow. It's like, I believe so much in this and where I see it, because this is the beginning. But where you see it, the forecast is different. But what you're doing with what you have. So that's how I live, and with intent and purpose. I'm constantly aligning myself and looking for ways to use what I have that exemplifies that I want it. That if somebody met me right now, my actions exemplify exactly what I said that I want. If we say, out here in LA, everybody's rapping, everybody's acting, everybody's got this thing going on. But if I go to your Instagram, does it exemplify that you're an actor or a producer or you do music? Is there, if it's not there, is there a link in your bio that I can click that shows me that this is something you do? How are you attached to and using everything that you have to exemplify this is where it's at now, and it may not be, where I want it to be, but it's still the same purpose. Yeah. This is just a version of it with what I have right now. So I'm always looking for opportunities to exemplify it in everything I do. Whether it's here, whether I'm talking to people, whether it's you and I. I mean, we probably have had 1,000 sipping lives and decided to go live, on the phone. I exemplify the self and circle check. I exemplify these things that we talk about that I'm passionate about. Now someone on the Sipping Live is going to hear about it because this is what I'm passionate about. My goal is to inspire, impact, and empower in any capacity that I can. And that's through meeting me or me being a part of some other content that exemplifies that, whatever it is. So that is how I move in purpose and align myself and just know that I'm using what I have right now. I just think that sometimes we make it so overwhelming, so complicated, and it's really not. It's like,
have to be.
Break it down to like the car. The car, if somebody thought about the concept of the airplane and the car finished, it's overwhelming. But it's like, let's just start with the wheels. Let's just start with the design of it. What can actually take off like that? What's the design of it? Let's draw that on paper. How can this be made? And things like that. So that's where I often find that people kind of fall off. They will make every excuse and talk themselves out of why they can't do it. Exactly. I don't have enough time. I mean, look at you. You're on here and Harlow is in and out, in and out. You're not saying, I'll do Sipping Live when someone can watch her. I'll do Sipping Live, because I can't because she's coming in and out. You're like, I'm doing it. I'm going to do it.
It's on my calendar. And I told you too, I was like, you asked me and someone else asked me because I have the wedding and stuff going on. Are you going to still be doing Sipping Live? Yes. It's on my calendar. So everything else, whether the wedding, even if the wedding was today, I was still going to find a way to get on this Sipping Live, even if that meant driving and being on, because
I think I was saying that to you too.
But because I'm intentional about this, I see the vision. Like we see the vision of what this could be, and we made it a point to say every Sunday, and I make it a point, whether I got Harlow or anything else going on, my time from 6:50 until whatever time is hemmed up. You know what I'm saying?
And I think, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I think too, and this is something I always say, when you feel overwhelmed with all the why you can't, remember the reason why. And Sipping Live, even though we don't, go into it, we really just decided to, hey, let's have these conversations live because somebody may not have someone else to talk to. Somebody else may have a question or want some insight or want some feedback. Let's just have open conversation be as transparent, as candid, and hopes to, educate. It's spicy sometimes, but just equip you in such a way where if it's something that works for you and it assists in you being better or better equipped to handle something in life and all these curveballs, take it. If not, leave it right where it is, pour up, have a drink and just be in the company of good people.
Yep.
The
Good
fact that we have,
community, real community.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
And the fact that we have these, I see people FaceTiming to the person they're about to get home to. Now, while I'm not knocking FaceTime and stuff, that type of technology can be used for things like this. I don't feel like I need to FaceTime somebody I'm going to see in 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I'm still on the phone, but the fact that we can come together here and have these conversations and then open it up to, giving feedback or, just talking and, just making it a point and being intentional and like, let's equip each other. Let's have these conversations. Let's talk and let's walk away with some new insight, some new tools and resources, just a new understanding possibly of any of these topics. It's good. It's a good thing. So again, my hat is off to you and to people that don't move based on the immediate circumstance, but look at it, change the perspective. And it's like, I'm going to use what I have right now to do the best version of that. This is the best version of Sipping Live right now. This could be the best version of if somebody is, making oils out their kitchen or, selling pies or whatever. It may not be the best packaging, but you better make sure that, you put all that flavor and love into those pies and saran wrap them and go ahead and get them to the people. Don't let some packaging or an LLC or, not having the business cards and stuff hold you back. You start right where you're at. You can start where you work and see who wants to buy a pie, and you bring those pies to work. And then you take that money and put it back in and get you some packaging. But I just think it's like breaking it down to the bare, like the bare bones of it, and then going up. Arkansas Barbie said she was getting blessed all week, and that in turn allowed me to be a blessing to others. What a wonderful thing.
Did you see the top part? She said last week's live was so inspirational.
Oh,
I
was getting
blessings all week, and that in turn allowed me to be a blessing to others. You have to pay it forward.
That's so good. She's got it, because I always say, Lord, bless me so I can be a blessing. That's it. Even when you were talking about earlier about that pulling up, Jay-Z has talked about crabs in a barrel before. Bring out crabs in the barrel if we will pull each other up. So I'm here for it. That's great that you were able to be a blessing, and I'm glad that this was inspirational. For you, your insight and interaction allows us to all, come together and have these conversations. And that to me is it's a beautiful thing. It feels really good. I enjoy it.
And J. Lou says those are great points, because a lot of people feel they have to be perfect before they do anything. And I'm one of those people. I try not to have to be perfect, but in my mind, I'm trying to be as perfect as possible. And it is always detrimental to me. So I'm always learning, like, just be where you are, start where you are. And I'm doing better with it. I'm definitely doing better. But I, in the past, have been that person trying to make sure branding is on point, trying to make sure trying to make sure the message sounds eloquent and da-da-da. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, like, you cannot beat authenticity. It's something about authenticity. It just hits different. It's like, wow. And then the beauty in, they did everything. They moved in what they had. They didn't wait. They just moved on it. It's so much beauty in that. Seeing that someone was just like, I trusted so much that I need to do this. I'm going to just make it work with what I have and believe that the things I need are coming. But I have to do this. And so, Josiah says, saying, it's beauty in the struggle. J. Cole says it, but it's true. It's beauty in the struggle. And it's about progress, not perfection, and just in the inches. It's like getting a little bit done. Even recipes are in inches. The
Mm-hmm.
cake is not finished. You got to get the ingredients, and then you mix it in a bowl, and then you preheat the oven, and then you put it in the oven. It's all steps. So don't be so overwhelmed with how you want it to be. Take the necessary steps and understand you're going to get there. It's
Yeah.
not a race. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So it's just like taking your time and also finding the beauty in it. And I think too, in you doing that, start looking around you, because it's that much easier when there are people that are in support of that.
Yes.
Whether now with Instagram and stuff, you can easily find inspirational, people, motivational people. If it's not physical people that you see, be intentional about who you listen to in your timelines.
Yes.
Be
Oh yeah,
intentional
I
about
make sure when stuff pops up on my stuff on Instagram and on the what's that popular page they call it, whatever they call
Explore.
it. If it's something that doesn't align with me, I click on it and click the little 3 dots and say not interested.
Mm-hmm.
Do not show on my feed anymore. So I try to have more inspirational things popping up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have ratchet stuff popping up on my stuff like that. Some pop culture stuff, but if it is too much, I'm like, not interested. So yeah, like.
But that's your fuel. You know that, right? That's your fuel. That's your fuel. That's your fuel. What you feed yourself through Instagram, any type of social media, the people that you're spending time with on the phone, that you're interacting with personally, that is your fuel.
Mm-hmm.
So you wondering why you feeling so depleted, so defeated, so unable
Look
to
around you.
execute.
Look around
Look
you.
at who you're interacting with, and that will give you the answers to why you're like, dang. But when you feel refreshed, refueled, energized, like Arkansas Barbie said, it was inspiring. She came out of this type of energy. All of us are creating this energy, and that propels you forward to move like that.
Mm-hmm. You can definitely curate your life, Arkansas Barbie. That's the purpose of living intentionally. Living intentionally allows you to curate the life you actually want to live. We are definitely in control of everything we want, everything we desire. We're in control of that. Whether it's good or bad, you can have it.
And don't think about, because when you said you can curate your life, oh yeah. And you gotta think, one, forecast where you want it to be, but set it up with what you have. If you want positivity and good things, start with that. If you want where it's like, I don't want to be around negative people, then don't bring negative energy through any of the gateways. Social media, the people you're talking to, what you incline your ear to listen to or your eyes to see. Also, in your space, make it beautiful. Make it, because that's the way you're going to treat the space that you want. If the space you're in right now is not what you want ultimately, still treat that space the way you're going to treat the space that you want to have.
Let me tell y'all this, and you guys know I was living in a commercial building for a few years, and it was stressful, depressing. It was just a lot of things, but I was very intentional. I made sure I bought plants. I made sure I set stuff up. I made it look nice as if it was this huge loft. It was such a big space. You know what I'm saying? I gave it this New York-esque like loft vibe, even though it was not where I wanted to be. And because of the circumstances, like I couldn't go get an apartment when we were in this lease, right? So I was intentional about making it what I can while I was there. While the building I'm currently in, I watched the buildings be torn down and this be built. And the name of this apartment was Peace. And I was like, oh, I'm going to live here because peace just aligned with me, if you know me. So, and the crazy thing is I could turn around right now and see the building I was living in. That I was intentional about making that place feel like home, even though it was stressful. I set it up like home. I was still grateful to have a place to live. You know what I'm saying? Watch this place be built, and I said, I'm going to live here. And where am I? I was here in the studio, found out I was pregnant a week after I moved in, but I was in the studio facing the inside of the pool, and I knew I wanted a view, but I was just happy to be here. Stayed in that studio for 2 years. Still grateful for the studio because it was big the way that it was set up. So to me, it was like a junior 1 bedroom because the kitchen and everything was separate. Fast forward to July, moved into a 1 bedroom with a den room, and I have this beautiful view. I see the greenery. I can see where I came from. You know what I'm saying? During 4th of July, we had front row seats to the fireworks. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say I'm a living testament of being grateful and living in gratitude and where you are and appreciating what you have, because guess what, bitch, I'm in a high rise, and I've always, since I was 15, said I'm gonna live in a high rise because I went to New York and I got obsessed. I was like, I'm gonna live in the city, I'm gonna live in a high rise. I'm smack in the city where I'm at. I'm in a high rise. I have a beautiful view. I have a beautiful apartment. I'm happy where I am. And I'm just setting myself up for whatever is after this lease, you know? But you have to, in order to be intentional about your life, you have to live in gratitude in where you currently are if you want to get that. Because you may get an inch of what you think is what you asked for, but the universe is easily going to take it away just like that, because you didn't appreciate where you were currently, you know what I'm saying, before you got it. Sorry, I'm looking that way. Harlow's got the ink pen and she's writing on the couch. But
Like, you can go
yeah.
get it.
Jesus, I'm gonna just let her write on the couch, it's fine. But yeah, so I just want to like make that point. Like, I came from living in a commercial building, and not a lot of people know that, to being in this high rise. You know what I'm saying? So
It's about forecasting. Faith forecasting is what I would call it.
mhm.
You are faith forecasting, saying, I believe so much where I'm going to be, I'm going to make it like that where I am. I'm going to care for the things like that. You don't start when I get there. You do it right now. You do it right now with all you have, you know. And even when Arkansas Barbie is pregnant, you don't wait till the baby gets here. You start talking to it and taking prenatals and rubbing on it and giving it love and positive energy, and placing the headphones on the stomach and introducing the baby to music, lemon drop, and all that type of stuff. You don't say, shoot, I'm going to do it when they get here. I don't got to do that now. Well, why am I playing music? Why am I being positive now? Because the baby's been entrusted to you now. What are you doing with it now? And then when it gets here, it's even more, you know, and so on and so forth. That is how I'm a person. I have a strong belief in faith, and faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So I jump and move as if it's like I know it's there. I know it's coming. And this is what I'm going to do with what I have now, because I know that's coming for me. I'm preparing for the opportunity. I'm ready.
J. Lou said, I've always had issues appreciating where I was because I always focused on where I want to be. That's not always good. So have you felt, when you were actually focusing on where you want to be, did you feel like you weren't getting closer to what you wanted? J. Lou? And if so, are you now focusing on where you are, and are you seeing the benefit of focusing on your current situation?
Another thing too that I think we skipped, and it's interesting what he said, when you focus on when you like, where I didn't want to focus on where I am, because I always focus on where I wanted to be, you don't get to appreciate where you are. It's like, and that goes back to that. People sing that line all the time, and I don't think they really get it. It's beauty in the struggle. It's beauty in the struggle. It's like you're singing it, but do you really like believe it? What
Yeah.
beauty, what moments of appreciation did you have for where you were versus where you're gonna be? You can
Look,
find
I appreciate it was beauty in this struggle, and I appreciate it. I have to get out early so people didn't know I was, was living in the building. You just have to move different. So it was definitely some beauty in the struggle, but I'm so glad that I made it out.
yeah, and I know I used to say this and I still believe it. I used to say, you know, I'm a spiritual person. It's like, God says he'll give you your daily bread. So I used to be like, filet mignon, peanut butter and jelly, we eat. But sometimes somebody will be like, I want filet mignon. I don't want this peanut butter and jelly. But the beauty is you're not starving.
And peanut
You're
butter
not
and jelly with
starving.
some toasted bread and some sliced bananas and a cup of oat milk is good, okay?
Right. But see, you done dressed it up. So it's just how they approach it. But it's just like a peanut butter
Yeah,
and jelly sandwich. It's like, I'm not going hungry. That's the beauty in that.
exactly.
Like, yo, I'm not
Exactly.
hungry. And what kind of bread? Do I have options? Is it just, can I get a
You
different type
eat
of
it.
bread?
You eat it. I
No.
was happy. There was a shower there, bathrooms, there was a kitchen, and I bought appliances to cook with. I had cabinets. I had a meditation room, you know. So I appreciated that. You know what I'm saying?
What do
Was
you
it
say
ideal
when you,
for me? No, but it is what it is. So any day, if you're offering me food, I'm gonna eat it as long as they expire.
what did he say there? It says when you,
Oh, when you slow the mind down, you give yourself the opportunity to see growth. That's very true. And another thing about living more intentionally is being self aware and also meditating regularly, taking time for mindfulness activities so you can slow your mind and allow yourself the opportunity to grow, you know? But see, you understand that. A lot of people will never understand that. It's always a small percentage. If you can stop and self-assess, you've changed your life right there, in my opinion. You know,
hmm. Give me an example of that, L. Like elaborate a bit more example wise on somebody actually stopping and taking a self assessment and how it's like, whoa, like kind of give an example, even when you've been speaking about where you came from and where you are now. When did you ever have a time where you did like a self assessment of like, boom, and it allows you to be appreciative in that moment? Or just can you give an example of that?
to be honest, I self-assess every day, girl. But just
Okay.
in general, in the situation I was in, the way I self-assessed, it's like, okay, we signed this lease and we probably shouldn't have, but we collectively allowed an outside person to sway us into signing it. So my assess is I can't necessarily blame the outside person because at the end of the day, we were still adults. So no matter when I want to say, well, so and so is the one that was like, just sign it, just this, just that. At the end of the day, I have to sit back and say, well, shit, I could have said no, 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 and no. But instead, I just went with the flow. So every day in there, whenever I felt down and was just like, gosh, I'm over this. I can't do this. I need to get into something else. I have to just stop and pause and look at the situation and say, well, you do have a place to live. You're downtown still where all you want to live, And then I have to say, but I didn't have to allow that third party to be the deciding factor of us both putting our signature on the 3-year commercial lease. So I have to sit back and assess that at the end of the day, it was my fault because I allowed it. And in return, what I have to do is, it was my fault I allowed it. And how am I going to make the best of this 3-year lease? And what is my plan going forward when the lease is up? And I just started, like I said, I made that space the best to my ability, livable, and like just appreciating it. And so when the opportunity came for this building, which I moved in a whole month after they first opened, a whole month after they opened, that was just, to me, the universe giving me what I asked for, you know? I still appreciated where I was and where I came from. The universe knew what I wanted. I always asked for what I wanted, and I got it. And that's how sometimes you just have to stop and pause and look at the situation and self-assess, be self-aware. What role did you play in the way your life is going? And then decide, well, how am I going to fix this? You know, how am I going to appreciate where I am while still figuring out what my next moves are, you know? And I hope that answered the question, because I felt like I went into everything just kind of connects. You know what I'm saying? For me,
No,
everything just kind of connects. And I can
no,
only give my experience, but yeah. So.
no, I think it segued into the question, and then setting yourself up for how you move through it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good. No, I think that's great.
Just give people like I can't do nothing but give y'all my life experience. You know, I can't talk about anything unless I'm giving you the stuff that I've experienced, the stuff that I've gone through. And I'm not very keen on sharing stuff all the time. So this is literally my first time ever saying this public.
I think, but in that experience, it's such a beautiful thing, because you, again, give the opportunity to equip someone to have, hopefully, you know, a better understanding, you know, some tools and resources to navigate, you know, through a similar situation that they're going through or they may encounter. What I like about that too is perspective. Sometimes people can't, you know, people say it's the glass half empty, is it full, but sometimes someone is so focused on, like, the car's not working, I can't go. The car's not working, I can't go. It's like, okay, are you going to catch the bus? Are you going to Uber?
Lyft,
Do you have money for
Line
Lyft?
Bike.
How long will it take you to walk there? A bike? Do you have a friend? Did you phone a friend? See who can take, like, you know how you got there, or you know where you are. Now that you have a full understanding, this is where I am and I don't want to be here, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? And I think sometimes people can get just stuck in that place. And, you know, with today, you know, we hear a lot about mental health and depression. And I think those things, while I'm not an expert at all, I think it's about changing perspective and deciding, I'm going to fight. You know, I'm going to figure out whether it's getting therapy, whether it's, you know, getting some support systems in place. I've decided I don't want to be here. You get what I mean? It's like, okay, I'm dealing with anxiety. This is the name they're giving it. I don't want to be here. How do I get out of this? You know, how do I move forward out of this? Not the label, but how do I get out of it? Because sometimes you can be so consumed or overwhelmed with the issue at hand. It's like, okay, we know that. We know this is a bad space to be in. We know that this is not where you want to be. We know that this is not the ideal situation. So now what? Let's make a plan of attack to get up out of here. Let's do something else. You know, what are we going to do? Let's put something together and let's execute. And don't become overwhelmed with chipping away at something. Because it's the inches. It's, you know, progress, not perfection. It's little stuff. It's the little things that can change stuff. You know, it's the bolts and screws and nuts and stuff that hold buildings together. You know, so I think those are huge. And if we can just kind of take that and run with it, you already winning, because you didn't accept defeat. You didn't accept the current circumstance. You made a choice to be like, nope, this is not where it ends. This is not where I'm going to be. This is what I'm going to do while I'm here. But this is not the end of my journey. This is not the end of my story. I'm purpose to do this, and this is what I'm going to do. You know? Yeah, no, you got to do it, man. And I think that was great for insight and stuff. Like, that was a mild topic.
Yeah. Because I felt like I had my little spicy in the beginning. I was just...
I'm going into the spicy bowl.
Bring it
This
on.
wine,
You know I be with the shits.
I'm laughing because this wine, while I'm not even, I did my whole bottle, it's such a subtle, like, I feel very like, And again, somebody else is like a hard drinker, maybe like, that was like water. I'm saying for me,
I'm done.
it's very chill because I don't like to drink to just be like, I don't even know what happened the other day.
Yeah.
Like, dang, like what I do. Like when I drink and it's very social, this is social, it's like I'm chilling. Like I wanna be a part of the conversation. I still wanna have my wits about me, but I still wanna have like a light, a light where it's like, okay, I'm good. Yeah, like I'm chilling. Yeah, I like when it's like that. I don't gotta be like over here all toe up.
Yep.
I'm gonna go into the spicy bowl.
Okay.
Let's see what's coming up in the spicy one. And what's spicy? Some people probably might be like, "That's not spicy," but it's spicy for me.
Yes.
This says accepting. Oh wow, the universe for you is really working. It says accepting things and people for who they are and what it is, and not for what you want it to be. That's like some fortune cookie type shit. Like we just talked about this.
It's like, see how everything we're talking about tonight just is like aligning with everything, and we don't even know.
There was other stuff in here. I literally could have dug and got something else, but that ties right back into what you were talking. Accepting things for what they are, people for what they are, what it is, and not for what you want it to be. And that to me is so critical because you could spend a lifetime trying to make something what you want it to be or stand because the potential of what you see. And it's just like, you can't change people. Specifically, I say this for people. I think things, sometimes it's like, you got a car and it's a lemon and you keep putting money into it. It's like, yo, this is a lemon. I got to get something else. This car it's on its last leg. It's giving all it could. So I say accepting that for what it is. If you're in an old place and it's crumbling from the foundation, it's like, shit, I only have maybe a few more months or years in this. I got to make a move. You know what I mean? Because the foundation, or I don't have the money to put into it when I say with things. But I want to really kind of delve into like the people part of this thing.
Yes.
I don't think people really accept people for who they are. I think they will keep thinking they can change, or, if I just keep on praying, or I see the potential in what you could be. Potential can really get you fucked up. And that's the only way I can say it. Yeah. You seeing the potential in something and the individual not seeing the potential within themselves can get you caught up in such a bad way that you miss fulfilling your purpose. Because you're so busy trying to cultivate and get somebody to see what you see for them that they can't see for themselves. So back to what I was saying earlier, really, like, I think people laugh it off. People are constantly showing you with their actions. Sometimes they're bold enough to tell you. But most of the time, people will say a lot of things, but their actions are what really show you who they are. But there are some people I've run across that will tell you, I remember a dude in college that told me, I laugh at this. He's like, man, I'm on bullshit and bunk missions. And it was funny because it's like, but he said it like, man, I like you. You're cool. You're a good person, and you ain't want to fool with me because I'm on bullshit and bunk missions. I'm gonna tear your whole life up. You're a good person though. I like you. And I laughed at it, and I didn't pursue that. This was him having a conversation with me because we were cool with each other. Yeah. And he chose to disclose that to me in a casual conversation, like, yo, you are so cool. Like, I like you. But I'm on bullshit and bunk missions. Like, I'll tear your life up. Who proceeds with something like that? Like, but why would
people that be like, okay.
It's like, how could I be mad if I had ended up like, but I like this dude, and we chose to get into something, some situationship, relationship. How can I look at him and be like, you're not doing this? And I thought he would have been like, I told you on some bullshit and bump missions. I told you I was going to tell you.
You chose to proceed.
Listen, people are telling and showing you who they are all the time. It is up to you to use that information, believe them, and move forward. Make a plan of action. I'm not here to tell you whether you stay or not. I am here to tell you that you need to really kind of hone in on what they're saying or what they're doing. If somebody tells you I'm a try, but their actions are far from it. If somebody tells you, I'm trying, or I'm gonna do better, and they don't, take it for what it is. Stop coming in thinking that you can somehow speak them into doing something else, scare them into doing something else. Because I think a lot of times, I say specifically for relationships, I've heard more, and I'm saying for women, I can't speak for men. I've heard more women say that they're going to change somebody, they're going to give ultimatums, they're going to scare a person into being what they need to be, doing what they need to do, getting their shit together. And it's like, if you got to do all that, that's not the nature of who they truly are. Let them, don't be mad. That's just who they are. That don't work for you. Now I'm going to be mad with you because you're trying to make somebody, that's an orange. It's not an apple.
And
You're trying to,
is not even based off of truth.
but I think people,
I
think people want what they want.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like, you know what? This is right in front of me. So I'm going to keep trying to, like the Play-Doh. And it's like, what if that was just a season? What if that was just something you kind of passed along your way to what you asked for?
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't even a pit stop. That's just something you encountered along your journey.
A learning pit,
You got to make something a season or a lifetime that was really just something you passed along the way.
Mm-hmm.
And in that you sacrifice years and time and effort, and you're exhausted and frustrated. And here's the back end part that people don't see. When you do that and it's out of alignment for what you asked for, do you know that you can exhaust the fuel that you have or had for what you needed to give to what you asked for? You won't even have that energy to give to the person, the projects, the purpose, the passion, the entrepreneurial endeavors, because you exhausted and pushing something that was exactly what it was when you met it. Mm-hmm. It's exactly what it is. It's like, why did you want to lend the time, efforts, energy, and all that to something that was like, I'm an apple? No, I think if I keep on, I think I can get some orange juice out of it. It's like, but you can't though. You can't. So that is my 2 cents or my input on that topic. Accept people for who they are. Now, if they initiate change, if they say I want to do better, and their actions reflect that, more power to them. Mm-hmm. But until you show me something different, your words are written on water. I need for your actions to be aligned with your words, and not because I'm saying this thing is something you do. And then with things, I think that's a lot easier. It's like, this is not the place I want to live in. This is not the car I want to have. This is not the opportunity. That's a matter of you making a decision saying, hey, this is not where I want to be, but is this a catalyst and stepping stone to get me more aligned or positioned to where I want to be? And you have to kind of like sit with those things when opportunities, present themselves, because every opportunity may not be for you. Every person is not for you. And when the more in tune with yourself that you are, you have a better understanding of what to say yes to and what to say no to, But when you got operating in chaos and lack of understanding, and you just kind of all over the place, you can entertain people and things and seasons and lifetimes, and you look up and it's like, wow, what happened? How did I end up here?
Yep.
Wow, damn, But I always say, no plan, lose focus, move too slow. Mm-hmm. And I think that the more you, like you said, you aligned yourself with when you were in the commercial space, you had an understanding of where you wanted to be. And then you did the best with what you had, but you also had a plan of action because you were looking and watching and waiting for the opportunity in a sense. And we talked about that last Sunday about waiting is an action still.
Mhm.
You were like, am I waiting? I'm sure you were asking, seeking, and knocking. Hey, are those buildings they written those? What are they written for? How soon will they be up? Like you were doing your due diligence, you know what I'm saying? To get yourself aligned with where you wanted to go, being appreciative of where you were, making the best of it, and also recognizing like that ain't it. That's not no.
Yep.
So that's that topic. Sometimes you could just keep beating somebody over the head with it, but the most simple bare bones version of it is the wine is kicking in nicely as I'm stumbling over my words. The bare bone version of it is really stop trying to make something what you want it to be, but really look at it for what it is. Like really take a moment instead of you putting all this stuff on it. Like sit back and take it in like, yo, that's really you. Like, dang, that's just who you are. And and then you can start, making some assessments from there, like that works, that doesn't work. This is something that is going to be a problem down the line. And I don't always say this because people always think relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband. I'm talking about friendships. I'm talking about partnerships.
Yep.
There are people that you spend a lot of time with at work that don't work for you. There are people that you spend a lot of time with, in friendships that it's not a good fit. You just wasting time, you know? So I try to evaluate that stuff, and that's my take on that,
So we have a question. For some reason, my question icon is not working tonight like last week. And J. Lou said his question mark icon, he doesn't have it. So I don't know. It might be something with Instagram. I have to see if they disable anything of my stuff because they good for disabling stuff. But J. Lou said, when do you know to call it quits?
I think, me personally, think about, and I always liken this, especially because it's a guy, J. Lou, it's like, look at it in sports terms. I used to say to people, if a man doesn't know me like he knows his favorite team, we can't, They know the stats, who getting traded, who's been injured, where they probably going, what the salary cap is, who's coaching. But you can't remember my birthday. No. Yeah. You can't remember my favorite color. No. You've been around me multiple times, but don't know what I like. You get me this for my birthday. Like you're a teacher to
cards instead of giving me something written in a card. You know what I'm saying?
Like how do you know this about people you don't even know?
Yeah.
But you know me, and it's like it slipped my mind. I didn't know. So I call it quits when the proof is in the pudding. Mm-hmm. You have all the proof. If this was a court show, it's all right there. Mm-hmm. You know when you've given 110%, you've left it all on the field, and at this point you're in overtime, and it's done. It's a wrap. When it's like, I don't see any
that feeling. You just know.
Yeah.
When you start questioning and start assessing situations, back to being self-aware, you start assessing things and be like, dang, I do this, and that, and then I'm giving 250% and they giving 50%. Like it's no right answer to give. It's just that use your intuition and trust me.
And for men, sometimes it might be like women have intuition. Look at the stats. I'm talking to males in sports because you guys know them damn stats. For men that love sports, favorite teams, look at the stats on paper. Whether it's a job, a person, in a friendship, relationship, weigh the stats. Like, I wouldn't want this person on my team. Statistically, it don't work. Mm-hmm. It's not a good fit for what I'm trying to do. And I've had them here for a year now, 2 or 3 years. Now I'm gonna have to trade them, or I'm gonna have to release them. They'll do better somewhere else. It's not a good fit for them. I think that People look at letting go as a bad thing because they're looking at the time they've invested in person, place, or thing. It's
Yeah.
not that, because what you do is you release the person, place, or thing for it to serve a better purpose to someone else. Whether it's a place, somebody needs that opportunity, somebody needs that person. It'll work for them. It don't work for you. So the
Yeah.
longer you hold on to it, you're holding up somebody else could have that opportunity because it's going to work for them, and it's not what you need. So you're stagnant too, and they're stagnant. What specifically with people? So I
Hmm.
say the sooner you have a better understanding statistically, like I'm looking at this on paper, I know what I asked for, and this ain't it.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to work with them, but I'm trying to teach them things that they should have come equipped with, intangible things. I
Hmm.
mean, I'm not going to just go in on the men, but you'll know right away if a woman's body is not the way you like it. And if you say we can work out and she down in ho-hos and cupcakes for a year, you'll have a clear understanding real quick that she's not trying to reach the goal she's saying. And you know that's not what you want, whether it's health conscious or it's just aesthetically pleasing. So it's like, I'm going to get out of here.
Yeah.
Because if they put 2 or 3 more years in this, I'm going to be mad at her. But her dietary choices are not aligned with what she's saying she wants. And I'm saying I'll work out with her. I created a workout plan. And I'm going to be pissed off because I want someone that's more health conscientious and things like that. Same with employment. You at a job where the benefits aren't what you want them to be. The pay is not what you want it to be. The people are toxic or it's just not a good environment. You look at that stuff and you like, I've given it 4 to 5 years, a year, whatever, and it's not changing. I
Hmm.
can't come in and change this. I can change where I choose to be employed, though.
Yes.
This, so
Whatever you're
this,
not
when I,
changing, you're choosing.
right. So if I get up out this position, somebody else can take it and I can go somewhere else. This will
Mhm.
better serve someone else for 6 months, 3 months, or maybe years because it works for them. They don't have the same things on their list of what they want. So that's what I say when to call it quits. When the math ain't mathing. When the math ain't mathing. It's that simplistic. It's like, yo, this is not every time. And it's so funny because you'll look at a person, I think for people specifically, and no, it's not good. But you'll be trying to hang on to the little things like, but dang, they do laugh at my jokes though. Like, really, in the grand scheme of things, the
Good joke
laughter,
too.
the laughter is the heavy here. That's the big
Yeah.
deciding factor. Like, you have to really be honest with yourself. Really go back to, the blueprint, the deal breakers, the non-negotiables, the list that you made. And it's like, that's not it. And I care so much for me first and this person. I want to create this space so they can be with someone that this is a good fit for because it's not a good fit for me. I want somebody else to occupy this space in this job because it's not a good fit for me, or this place. Because that commercial space, that's working for somebody else right now.
Hmm.
It
Yep.
don't gotta be for you, but it's working for somebody. But you
Yeah.
occupy it
Yeah.
and move forward out of it.
It's
Hopefully that answers your question.
yes.
What are
Hopefully.
what are those things? What is that he put?
Cupcakes.
Oh, okay.
It's funny because something popped on my Instagram today. That's this page reposting. This girl is like, my ex really set the standard for the next man because he used to buy me nice things, cook for me, do this. She just listed all this stuff, and someone was like, well, why is he your ex? And she was like, because he was ugly. And it just reminds me of the conversations. Clearly, she knew when to call it quits. But guess what? She ain't going to get another man like that because she wasn't living in gratitude and appreciating what she had at the moment.
Well, you know what? I don't want to be tolerated, and I think that's so wrong because that's I believe in karma. And
Yes.
when you tolerate someone and know that it's like, I don't really want this, but I'm gonna take what I can get right now until what I want comes along. Be ready for that to come full circle.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
somebody gonna get you. Like, how would you feel if somebody was saying, she cool, she cooked for me and everything, but she fat though, or she's not attractive, or she don't even look the way I want my girl to look. You
Yep.
you feel some type of way.
That's what the
You know
comment
you
was like. Well, what if sees you post this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just listed everything that any woman wouldn't mind having those qualities in a man. He was respectful. He bought you things. He cooked for you. You know, just all that. And you said because you're not with him because he's ugly.
But you know
And
what? She probably in some relationships, some people feel like they're the prize. So
yeah.
they can treat other people
Mhm.
less than.
But he wasn't ugly when you decide to get with him and take
No, what you're looking at it, you got to change the perspective. She came into that knowing like, I'm not really that attracted to you,
I'm that
but
bitch.
I'm probably a prize for you. People
Yeah.
are going to be trying to figure out how you got me.
Mhm.
And she rode it till she couldn't ride it no more. She decided to, but that type of stuff, that same type of individual will be all on the keyboard talking about men ain't shit and
Mhm.
you guys are so superficial and I can't believe you want this, this and that, and won't even have a recollection of how she treated the man that she just did this to. So
Mhm.
when karma comes to bite her in the behind, and it will,
Ready for it.
she probably won't have any recollection of what she did, but she gonna ride that wave though. She gonna feel that because some of these men ain't playing, man. It's no
You
joke out
know
there
the
right now.
universe is gonna answer.
But I'm gonna tell you something. These men out here right now, because of, and that's a whole nother topic, because of the ratio, and I don't even think it's so much of um I don't think it's so much of like there's more women than men. I think it's more so like this particular man is giving what more like a lot of women are like, I want that, and so that's the ratio there. Like this dude will come, cook for you, whatever, but he got three other girls and enjoy him while he's there, and when he's gone, leave him alone. Like don't be hitting my line. You know what it is. It's gonna be your world when I'm with you. So some people are accepting of that. And I just think that when it's like that and you do get a dude the way that she, explained, cooking, all that stuff, she'll probably beg for that type of dude, to have that type of dude in her life later on, once she kind of has a few bouts with what's out here.
Yeah.
Because the few good men that are, and I don't mean few like one, two, three, but it's not, man, the integrity, the depths, the understanding, the um desire to be better. Like some people are very complacent, and I know as a woman what I desire, and so some people, I mean, that might be a good fit for them. For her, in her pie chart, looks were high up there. Obviously, she didn't want to look at him no more. But when she gets with somebody that's fine and got other women cooking for him and stuff, and she gonna rise to the occasion.
Mhm.
If that's the thing, since looks were obviously high on the priority list,
Yeah.
when she gets a looker, he may not be in the kitchen catering or doing all the stuff this guy that she says is unattractive. So what if he's used to women cooking for him and stuff? What is
Exactly.
she willing to put on the apron and do all that for him? You know what I mean? Arkansas Barbie said, why do we put such an emphasis on body shape?
Um. Well, men or women or both. I think. I think. To be honest, I honestly think that sometimes that's just a small percentage that we see that people put on body shape, looks, and the sorts, especially in this world of social media, because I've seen people that have been together a long time. Maybe her body shape is P or something, and his might be normal, or his is all out of whack, and hers is normal. You know what I'm saying? So I think, to be honest, I think that's just, to me, it's a small portion of people. And because we live in a social media world, we're highlighting this aesthetic when in reality, that's just a very small percentage of what people like. I truly believe that there are more people in the world that um, want a genuine connection with someone versus what their body looks like.
Well, you gave such a great answer. I'm gonna give the Friday answer. Don't worry about it, bitch. Somebody like it. And I feel like the world
Mind your business, okay?
exactly. The world puts so much emphasis on this is beauty, and they shove it down with all these big, signs and stuff. And my thing is, who's seeing you naked? That's the problem right now. You go everywhere and everybody's half naked. Well, I'm not here to judge him, but my man don't nobody need to see my cakes but my man. Do he like it? I think that it becomes overwhelmed because you need the likes and acceptance of everybody. You need everyone saying, I like the shape of your behind. I like that you're pretty. You need it. Who you laying with at night? Exactly. Who you rocking with? Who you grown
I got
with?
all
Who's
this
supporting?
postpartum stomach. I think my uterus is still stretched from the
C-section
and from being pregnant.
But it goes back to,
but I still feel loved,
But watch this. If you start taking on the world's definition of beauty and success, you'll be sad all the time. I go back to Friday. Don't worry about it, bitch. Somebody like it. And that somebody is who's for me.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean we don't operate, because I know people be like, are you saying not being healthy? No, not at all. But I don't need to make my definition of a beautiful body fit what the world is shoving down everybody's throat, or what they're putting on TV, or on, all the big signs, or they're saying everybody needs to look like this. Everybody needs to have this type of behind.
They're
This
just
is
trying
what
to
you
get no money, so don't fall for it.
Listen, I mean exactly what I said. Don't worry about it, bitch. Somebody like it.
Exactly.
Whoever I'm rocking with, they love all of it. And that's all I'm concerned with. And I think that's all. Exactly, Arkansas, Bobby, you got cellulite that somebody wants it. They're gonna love it. If you want to get rid of it, they're gonna walk with you, exercise with you, see you through the whole process, whatever. But that's, as they say, that's your business. We allow the world's business to come in on us, and we really be trying to you have to catch yourself, because they're so slick with it. They will be shoving the definition of success, happiness, beauty. You walk outside and see a big old poster board all the way while you're driving of what beauty is, this person, that person. Then you turn on the TV and it's like, why am I feeling this way? Because they programmed you to feel that way.
To tap into
fall in love with yourself. They make clothes that aren't even for certain body types, and then everybody's wearing it and you feel left out. Put emphasis on your beauty points. I think everybody has beauty points. Somebody got something they don't like. Somebody does. Beyonce got something she don't like. While you busy looking at Beyonce's body, her toes might be not that. She might look at your feet and be like, "Why?"
A sixth toe.
Yeah, and I said that because she dances a lot. It might be like, man, Beyonce's feet. She might be like, girl, I would love to have your feet. You have such beautiful feet.
Because dancers really do have messed up feet. If you ever see ballerina's feet.
Oh, the toenails fall off and everything. So fighting for positions, man. But the way I think to look at it is for you to have an understanding of, start kind of really looking at yourself and looking at the beauty. I do this for me personally. I find beauty spots. If, like how you stood up, Ellen, said, my stomach and all this, it's like, well, that's a work in progress right now. Once you have kids, it may never go back to the way you want it to be. But let's highlight the things that you are confident and comfortable in now. You got sexy shoulders, lips, the shape of your eyes, your skin. If it's like the shape of my butt, I'm wearing all the maxi skirts so they can get all this cup. You know what I'm saying? Well, if it's the calf, accent your calf. If it's the nape of your neck, your back, start really looking at what your your hot spots are. Don't get so consumed with, wow, Kim Kardashian. Wow, I don't look like that. No, and she don't look like you either. It's like something either. Trust me, it's something. People be laughing. It's something you got that she wants. It might not even be physical. It may be like you have a friend that really rocks with you, and I always have to wonder who really rocks with me based on who I am and not my status. Like, everybody's got something that somebody else wants. The thing is, stop focusing on that Figure out what you're rocking with, and you know what you're comfortable with, and walk in that. That goes
And
back to
those
what we
people
said.
that they be idolizing, like the Kardashians and all these people, they have the lowest self-esteem.
Listen,
And
it goes
y'all
back to what we
follow
said.
behind that because you think that's the beauty standard and this, and that. But those be the ones, the people with the lowest self-esteem. That's why they have to keep continuing to be this, be that, be this, be that, to make themselves feel good and fulfilled. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
you're gorgeous without the plastic surgery, without the makeup, but you can't even stop to appreciate the beauty you have,
right.
the knowledge and the skill and the smarts that you have. You know what I'm
And
saying?
and I find too, I'm not all about bashing the other person, because what I find sometimes is in someone understanding their beauty, they'll start talking about and all these people with the plastic surgery. I don't got time for that.
Because
I'm
if they
about to
want
bask
plastic
in.
surgery, let them get that shit. It's
If
what they
somebody
want
like
to
it,
do. Are you
I
mad
think it
because you
was
ain't getting no plastic surgery?
I think it was Tiger that said, if a man gets a sex change and becomes a woman, he's a woman. He'll have sex with him. Like it's we rocking with it. Like,
Oh,
and
Tiger
I
said
was
that?
like, yeah, I was like, wow. So wow. So if you know this was a man at one point, because they had the full change, it's like you're going to, yeah, that's a woman to me now. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, to each his own. I'm not here to condemn you about that. Don't work for me,
Yeah.
but
But
to
if
each
that's
his
what you
own.
like, to each his own, that's what you like.
Listen, again, I think that me focusing on everybody else takes away what I could be doing constructively to better myself.
Exactly.
So I don't need to focus on how bad somebody else is looking. Like, damn, she cold. What's cold on me?
Mm-hmm.
What am I doing with, like we said earlier, with what I got over here? If I don't
Exactly.
like my stomach, what's up with my shoulders? How's my neck? What's up with my lips? The shape of my eyes? So how am I rocking my hair? Am I trying a new mascara? Do I like makeup or no makeup? How do I dress? Do I dress frumpy like? Do I dress in a way that makes me feel good? You know,
Mm-hmm.
am I accenting my calves? Do I have nice feet? Like, really delve into you and stop worrying about what everybody else depiction of beauty is and how
Mm-hmm.
everybody else is so on that person. I think that's what gets people. They be like, I want to look like that because everybody thinks she's beautiful. Yeah, but so do you want everybody, or are you just kind of wanting to feel better, and whoever is supposed to be loving all that is gonna come?
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Mm.
But you
Mm.
know, my Friday answer: don't worry about it, bitch. Somebody like it. It's somebody for everybody. Somebody for everyone. They are loving it.
Quote of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Quote of the night. Any more? Does anyone have any more questions? I got to see why this thing was not working tonight.
Arkansas Barbie says, shoot, men are hollering at me 6 months pregnant, so there's somebody for everyone. It absolutely is.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see anything, Elle? I can't.
Let's see. I'm gonna just scroll back down some. It's almost like we think bodies on. Okay, women never put that as a priority. Let's see what. Uh, okay, I don't have. Oh no, I guess that's. Oh, it was there at first, but it left. Oh, the question icon, J. Lou. Yeah, mine is showing, but usually it allows me, like, I push it, but it didn't work. So I don't know what changed this week because nothing that I did was different. So we'll figure that out for next week because that's interesting that that's not working. So yeah, we'll figure that out for next week. So it'll be easier for you guys to post your questions and everyone can see them. But yeah, so I don't know. I guess are we wrapping up our evening? I
Yeah,
feel like this was
if there are not any questions, comments, or concerns right now, we always encourage you guys to reach out. This is happening every Sunday. If you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, or anything you think of after the fact, you can shoot us an email at watchsippinglive@gmail.com, or you can DM us. We're always checking that as well. Other than that, thank you guys for pouring up and having a conversation with us, Candid. I hope that you got some tidbits, takeaways, you are better equipped or just enlightened or have some different insider input on these topics that we talked about. I think it was great. This is what I love doing, he said great topics and sidebar topics. Thanks. And
follow
I
us
just
on TikTok too for recaps.
Oh, yeah. We're doing recaps now. We are steadily growing. Share with your friends and let them know to come in and bring their bottle and join the conversation. Because it's like what Elle said earlier. We can equip each other if we would just help each other. And it's not always monetary.
Mm-hmm.
It's just information sometimes. Just
Yep.
knowing something that you didn't know and talking with other people and hearing, different perspective or saying, wow, I could use that. I didn't look at it that way. And then taking that and applying it can change your life, So I'm always excited and we will be here every Sunday. I'm looking forward to next Sunday's topics, in the bowl and not in the bowl, because we had some fun ones that were not in the bowl. But I look forward to it. But that's pretty much it, for us. And again, thank you so much for joining. Did you have any closing remarks, Elle?
No, just thank you all for being here on our second episode, and we really appreciate the support, and we hope you guys continue to tune in.
Yeah, until next time, have a great upcoming week, and hopefully, you're ready to rock and roll, move forward with some intent and purpose.
Yes.
And accomplish your goals that you set out for this week. Sending you all the positive energy and vibes and well wishes. And I hope to see you guys all next Sunday.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. I'll see you guys.
Bye.